It can be a pain to get rid of the pain, but right now this morning we have some easy things you can do to prevent that next migraine. Dr. Carla Braxton from the University of Kansas Medical Center is here. Good to see you again. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing great.
No migraines for you today, right?
None.
Good. But what is a migraine?
A migraine is a very severe headache. It can be a chronic condition. And these headaches can oftentimes last hours or even days. And so the person who actually suffers from migraine, it can be a very debilitating type of thing, because all they need to do from how they feel is they just want to go in a dark room and lie down. It can be very debilitating.
Yeah, I've had relatives who have had this. This is women more than men, more likely.
Yes.
But you have some great advice on what to do to try to get rid of that. What are you going to start with?
Well, what we want to talk about now is just how we can decrease the frequency with which we develop these migraine headaches. So there are a variety of things, like food triggers that actually can trigger a migraine. Aged cheeses, some certain types of wine and beer, certain types of foods with nitrates in them that have a lot of preservatives can actually trigger a migraine.
So is it best to just sort of notice what you've eaten that might trigger the migraine and just stay away from that?
Right. You should know what types of foods tend to trigger your migraines and stay away from them.
Okay, number 2 on your list.
Another way that migraines can be triggered is by caffeine. High amounts of caffeine, either large amounts of caffeine in coffee and colas and so on, or withdrawal from caffeine if you were a coffee drinker. So you have to be careful about that if you're a migraine sufferer.
So you might trigger the migraines as you're trying to get rid of the migraines.
I know, it's tricky. It's tricky.
Also, you have to watch your medication because you might get an interaction, right?
Right, and so you need to really talk with your physician about your migraine headaches and your medications. If you're on blood pressure medications like hydralazine or nitrates, those dilate the blood vessels and actually can increase the frequency with which you get a migraine. So you might need to talk to your doc about the possibility of modifying your meds, if possible, in order to help decrease the frequency of migraines.
It sounds like it might be a good idea to keep a log when you are having migraines so that you can maybe keep track of what is a trigger for you.
Exactly.
Another big thing that can trigger all kinds of things: emotions, stress, big changes in your life.
Exactly, and those can be good emotions or bad emotions. So even the stress of a wedding that is a good event can trigger a migraine, as well as chronic kind of stressful negative things in your life. So you want to be sure to minimize the stressors as much as possible, and also to get enough sleep, to eat well, and so on, in order to actually minimize the effects of those.
And of course that can help you in many ways in terms of living a healthy lifestyle. Okay,
exactly.
And on to number 5, sensory overload, you're calling it, and I imagine there are a lot of things that could fit in this category.
Right, but it's bright and flashing lights. Sometimes it's perfumes and cigarette smoke and so on. People who have migraines or they're frequent migraine sufferers, they know what some of those triggers are, and they will intentionally stay away from them. So stay away from those high sensory overload types of situations.
So folks who are just really stressing out about these migraines, you've also got some places they can go to look for information.
There's a lot of great information on the web right now, reliable sources like mayoclinic.com, womenshealth.gov, iVillage, WebMD. There are a lot of great places with reliable information that lay people can look.
Okay, well, thanks for coming in today, Dr.
Thanks
Braxton.
for having me.
I know that's good information for a lot of folks out there.